Do elephants hold grudges? The true story of the avenging elephants. The largest land animals walking this planet. But they're more than just giants. They're intelligent, emotional, and deeply complex. They mourn their dead. They recognize faces. They form lifelong bonds. But today we're going to explore a darker question. Do elephants hold grudges? Can they remember someone who harmed them and come back years later to take revenge? It might sound unbelievable, even like a movie script. But what if I told you that this actually happened? Let's begin with a case that shocked the world. The 2022 Odisha incident, the funeral attack. In June 2022, in the eastern Indian state of Odisha, a 70-year-old woman was gathering water near a forest. Suddenly, a wild elephant appeared and attacked. She was trampled to death. The village was devastated. Her body was taken home. A traditional funeral was arranged. But what happened next was terrifying. The same elephant that had killed her came back during her funeral. It stormed through the crowd, headed straight for the corpse, trampled it again, and threw her body into the air. Then it destroyed nearby houses before vanishing back into the forest. Villagers were left stunned. Why would an animal do this? Was it just a coincidence? Local officials didn't think so. They suggested that the elephant recognized the woman and may have targeted her specifically, possibly due to a previous conflict between the animal and the village. And here's the most chilling part. This wasn't an isolated case. Do elephants actually remember people? Elephants have exceptional memories. They can recognize other elephants and even humans decades later. There are stories of elephants reuniting after 20 years and instantly remembering each other. They also display clear signs of emotion and trauma. In Kenya, a rescued elephant once charged a jeep after recognizing the scent of a man who had abused her years earlier. In Thailand, a captive elephant attacked its former trainer, even though they hadn't seen each other in over 15 years. In some documented cases, elephants have changed their entire migratory paths just to avoid areas where traumatic events occurred. The Sri Lanka forest incident, 2019. In 2019, in a rural part of Sri Lanka, a wild elephant was relocated after damaging farmland. But months later, it returned, not just once, but repeatedly at night. What made it unusual was that the elephant didn't just trample crops. It targeted specific homes. Locals believe those homes belonged to people involved in its relocation or capture. Each time officials moved it deeper into the forest, the elephant found its way back. After the fourth attack, some residents abandoned the village altogether. This behavior mirrors what experts now call retaliatory targeting. Rare, but very real. The social intelligence of elephants live in tight matriarchal families, led by the oldest and wisest female, the matriarch. They teach their young how to navigate dangers, find food, and even mourn loss. They recognize hundreds of individuals and communicate with each other over long distances using low-frequency rumbles. When a family member is harmed or lost, especially by humans, that memory can become a part of the group's collective behavior. Some herds have been observed avoiding certain villages, while others have become more aggressive after witnessing trauma. This suggests not only memory, but emotional learning. Is it really revenge, or just trauma? Now, scientists are careful with the word revenge. They prefer terms like retaliation, defensive memory, or stress response. But in the wild, the outcome feels the same. An elephant, years after being harmed, comes back to confront its past. Some researchers believe these actions are tied to PTSD-like symptoms in elephants, especially those that have seen family members killed or been abused in captivity. So while it may not be revenge as we define it, it is most certainly a memory-driven behavioral reaction. Human-wildlife conflict, a growing problem. There's another layer to this story, one that involves us. As human populations expand, we continue to invade elephant habitats with roads, farms, and settlements. Elephants, forced out of their natural migration paths, come into closer contact with people, often with tragic results. When an elephant destroys crops or a home, it's often trying to follow ancient routes it's walked for generations. And when it reacts with aggression, it may be driven by stress, fear, or confusion, not just instinct. Understanding these creatures means understanding the tensions we've created. So, do elephants hold grudges? The evidence is mounting. From Kenya to India, Thailand to Sri Lanka, we see signs of memory, emotion, and yes, revenge. Not the human kind, but a deeper, older kind, driven by trauma, instinct, and survival. What do you think? Are these just wild coincidences? Or is there something far more intelligent and emotional happening in the minds of elephants? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoy stories like this, real, wild, and unforgettable, make sure to like, subscribe, and share. Thanks for watching.